right, so continuing on with managing your demons, we talked about golf course, your inventory, your golf bags loaded up, ready to rock and roll. And you go to the golf course. And let's just say on this day you go tee it up, and after a couple of holes, it's kind of feeling like it's going to be one of those days, kind of the bad kind, demony kind. You may be, doesn't matter what you're shooting just yet, but let's just say you're feeling it. You may have demoned a couple off and maybe found them or maybe not found them, whatever the case might be. So the question is, what do you do when you get to the hole, when you get to a hole where your supply of provisionals isn't very close to you? So for example, what if you have to park the cart and it's a 75-yard hike to the tee box, maybe going back, or here in Colorado at the Colorado Open, we have a hole number 11 where you walk off the green, a number 10 green, and the players typically, we always have to walk and have a caddy. The players walk to the left to this tee box that's back there about 100 yards, and the caddies typically kind of take a right and walk down the fairway and kind of caddy. So you want to have a plan in place so you're not like wondering what you're going to do when you get to these spots where your provisional supply is not handy. So I think most sports psychologists, people that don't have the demons, that don't understand really all the problems that go along with it, would think you're crazy if you brought more than one golf ball with you to these kind of tees. And I used to think that too. Well, for example, on this 11th hole at the Colorado Open, I would used to just walk back there with one ball, going on the old assumption that, you should be confident and expect to hit a good one. But I've actually changed my tune a little bit on this. So here's the way I look at it. Whether you're a demony player or not, when you go to the golf course, you typically bring some amount of golf balls. You certainly bring more than one. And you do that, maybe two. You certainly bring more than one because you just might lose one. Like, you're not planning on losing one, but it's possible. Even the most confident player probably brings at least a sleeve, if not more, of golf balls for, just in case. What if they hit one in the water or whatever? So the question is, what's the difference really between having extra golf balls in your golf bag pocket or extra golf balls in your pants pocket, right? They're both there just in case you need them. So in the case where the golf bag is far away from the tee box, each player kind of has to figure out for themselves what makes them the most comfortable. So I can tell you in my experience, for me, I am way more comfortable going to one of these like far away tee boxes with a couple extra golf balls, knowing that, and even if I hit a bad one, that at the very least I don't have to like sprint down the fairway to yell at my caddy and hey, I lost another ball, can you come hustling back here and bring a ball or three? Even thinking that could happen is just going to make me even more nervous about the upcoming tee shot. So I've actually gone a different direction with that thought. Nowadays, if the cart's really far away and it's a demony hole, I have absolutely no problem bringing multiple golf balls back there. It actually kind of puts my mind at ease a little bit more, and I'm actually more likely to hit a good one, knowing that, worst thing that's going to happen is if I have to hit a provisionals, I just take one out of my pants pocket as opposed to having to freaking sprint back to my golf cart or go yell at my caddy. Both of which just add to the overall sense of like nervousness and unease, if you're struggling with the demons. So for each player, you got to figure out what works for you. But I would say that if you're a demony person, some tried and true sports psychology truisms like bringing one ball back to a tee when it's far away from your cart, that actually might not apply to you. You might be better off bringing more. This one totally is applicable, I tell you. So a lot of for the DMD player, it's just a different mental game here you got to play. Remember, the goal is to reduce anxiety. Walking to a tee box from a long ways away with your supply of provisionals far away is definitely a recipe that will increase anxiety and make it less likely that you're going to be successful. So you got to just kind of forget that stuff. Don't think you're a wimp because you're taking a couple balls back there. Make that the plan. The plan is when I get to a hole that my golf cart or caddy or whatever the situation is, if they're far away, I'm bringing 3 or 4. Just name the numbers. Stick them in your head cover. So if you don't want your other playing partners to know, that's what I used to do. I'd take my driver head cover off, stick 3 or 4 provisionals in there, and walk back to the tee with because you can't really put them in your pocket. You can't put 4 golf balls in your pocket and make a swing, but stick them in your head cover. Nobody has to know, but it's like your security blanket, right? If anybody playing with you questions you, just say, look, you don't understand. I'm sorry. You don't want to understand. But like I said, this is just part of doing everything you can do to reduce anxiety. Don't feel bad about it. That's a big one. Like, don't feel like, oh my God, I'm what a mess I am. I have to do this. You just have to do it. Like, it's the reality of the situation. And you'll feel better about it if you do. Just be okay with it. Totally fine.